Next guest joining to talk about the energy market in light of the ongoing tensions in the Middle East. I want to welcome Amos Hochstein. He is White House Senior Advisor for Energy and Investment. It's nice to see you this morning. Lots of concern about whether things are going to be escalating over there and what you think is going to happen next. What is the state of play in your mind?
Well, good morning, Andrew. It's good to be here. Look, I think you saw that yesterday the President of the United States, together with the Presidents of Egypt and the Emir of Qatar, had put out a statement announcing that we're going to go back to accelerating and refocusing on the negotiations over a ceasefire that brings hostages home and starts to bring an end to the war in Gaza, which I think will bring down the tensions across the board, whether it's in Lebanon or elsewhere in the region. So I think the focus that we have, that the President has, is to bring down the tensions and to go back to getting, as soon as possible, achieve a ceasefire agreement that brings the hostages home and brings an end to the war.
You know, we were seeing reports last weekend that there was going to be a retaliation by Iran on Israel. We have not seen that yet. What do you know about that, and what can you tell us?
Well, obviously, I can't discuss a lot of the details that we're watching, but I can say this. We urge and hope that there will be no retaliation, that there will be no aggressive action taken by Iran or any of its proxies. Having said that, the United States, together with its allies, are fully prepared to defend against any aggression in the region. But again, the hope is that we can avoid any further escalation. That's the last thing anybody in the region needs. So we're both prepared and doing whatever work we can do to refocus the attention not on escalation, but rather on de-escalation and to bring the tensions down.
Hey, Amos, it's Brian. First off, doing yeoman's work there.
With the rain.
Apparently, a storm just blasting. Poor Amos is literally standing, if you're on the radio, he's just getting dumped on by Tropical Storm Debbie coming up here, Amos. But on a more serious topic, obviously to follow up on what Andrew asked, have you been in touch with any of our allies, Saudi Arabia, any of the major oil-producing allies or OPEC nations, to try to gain some confidence that if there is any kind of disruption to Iranian exports, that we will be able, not just with the U.S., but with the help of some partners, to make up for any loss of volume, should we get one from Iran?
So, Brian, first, look, this is my commitment here in the rain to the CNBC. I'll just note that. Look, we are in touch with OPEC countries all the time, with oil producers, because it's such an important impact on the U.S. economy and American families. I am very hopeful that we do not get to a place of disruption. That is not the plan. That's not what we're hoping for. But we always plan for that. And a few things I could say. Look, we're at a much better place on energy prices right now than we were earlier. Oil prices are lower than they were a year ago. Gasoline prices are lower than they were a year ago. And we have production now is at an all-time high, as you know, in the United States, at over 13.4 million barrels a day. That is literally the highest that it's been. So we are working with our allies, but we're also making sure that we have what we need here at home. As you know, we have been replenishing the SPR, and we will continue to do that. We announced another purchase just the other day as soon as prices went down, and we're going to continue to do that. So we are able to have both max production at home and have the inventories necessary if we needed to take any steps.
We're looking, I mean, he doesn't like to talk price, really, right?
No, but he will talk price with regards to the SPR and if they're making money on the repurchase. I do know that.
Well, let's ask that then. Are you going to make money on the repurchase?
Absolutely. We sold oil at $95, Andrew, and we're buying back at about 75 to 77. I think that's a pretty good oil trade. I think President Biden has proved to be a pretty good commodities trader.
And by President Biden, he means him, because he works for the administration, but Amos is the one that's probably doing the actual.
Amos, we're going to leave the conversation there. We appreciate it, and we got to keep you out of the rain. I mean,
it's unbelievable.
It seems like a real storm there.
It literally just started as I went on the air.
Are you getting wet? Are you getting wet?
I'm okay. No, I'm okay.
He's under that. You know, they've got that little pop-up tent thing.
I'm just wondering how he's going to get from there.
Oh, he's doomed.
To the White House with. Do you have an umbrella?
I do, Andrew. I really appreciate your concern.
So
He is replenishing the strategic water reserve as we speak.
Look at that.
Let's hope we have a very quiet weekend in the Middle East, and
Yes.
let's hope we have continued the growth in the markets and make sure that we have what we need to. Look, this is very serious stuff to defend Israel, defend the region, and to make sure that we have what we need to defend American troops and our people across the region.